Welcome to The Explainer. I want you to just take a second and picture a highly successful wealth-generating business. What instantly comes to mind? For a lot of us, we immediately picture, a sleek Silicon Valley tech startup, maybe a massive viral personal brand, or some revolutionary new app. We're pretty much conditioned to think that building wealth requires inventing something entirely new from scratch. But what if I told you that the people actually achieving quiet, stress-free financial independence are doing something completely different? So let's just dive right into this, because today we're going to challenge pretty much everything you think you know about what a successful business actually looks like.
So, what do the most successful entrepreneurs actually do? We've all got this glamorous image in our heads, right? But the data tells a completely different story. You absolutely do not need a massive team of developers or some trendy glass-walled office space to achieve financial freedom. In fact, constantly chasing that cool factor, that's exactly what's keeping so many people from actually making real money. The most successful everyday entrepreneurs are literally hiding in plain sight, doing work that sounds, well, incredibly ordinary.
Okay, get ready for a jaw-dropping number. 94.8%. That is the 5-year survival rate of laundromats in the United States. Think about that for a second. Out of every 100 people who open a laundromat, nearly 95 of them are still successfully operating 5 years later. Contrast that with the overall business average, where nearly half of all general businesses completely shut their doors in that exact same time period. Why in the world do they survive at such a high rate? It's simple. Clothes get dirty on their own. You never have to convince anyone to do their laundry.
Section 1, the wealth in boring businesses and the math behind ordinary success.
Let's strip away the emotion here and just look at the hard data, because the numbers prove exactly why these unglamorous industries are the quiet engines of true wealth. Just look at these profit margins. Laundromats sit at a staggering 50% margin. Self-storage generates an average net margin of 41%. Standard vendor machines operate at around 30%, and automated car washes pull in margins well above 20%. These are heavily ignored ventures just because they aren't exactly thrilling to talk about at a dinner party. But they succeed, and they succeed massively, because they solve simple, everyday, tangible problems that literally never go away. So the really crucial takeaway here is that right now is just an incredible window of opportunity. According to SBA data, 94% of small business owners are projecting growth by 2026. That's the highest number ever recorded. There has genuinely never been a better time to start a business in this country. And the irony of all this? The businesses with the highest growth projections, they aren't in tech, they aren't in social media, they're in the service sectors, where the demand is immediate and entirely tangible.
Moving on to Section 2. The magic of recurring revenue, the engine of predictable wealth.
The secret behind those sky-high survival rates isn't just about having great margins. It's really about how the money actually comes in. Take the residential pest control industry, for example. A massive 85% of their income comes from automated monthly recurring contracts. Only 15% comes from one-off services. This means an owner doesn't have to wake up on the first of the month stressing out, having to constantly resell to the exact same customer over and over again. Pests, much like trash, they never stop existing. And once a customer signs up, that revenue becomes entirely predictable. We actually see the exact same powerful model in automated car washes. Have you noticed something about car washes lately? Most of them now operate on a membership model. Customers are paying a flat fee, usually $20 to $40 a month, to just wash their car whenever they want. Shifting to this subscription engine gives the owner totally predictable income every single month, literally rain or shine. Because of this stable cash flow, a single automated car wash can generate anywhere between $150,000 to $200,000 in pure annual profit. Here's another fascinating number for you, 14.5. This really highlights the incredible passive power of self-storage units. Your average self-storage customer pays $128 a month, and they stay for 14 and a half months. And you know what's really wild about this? A lot of them continue to pay simply because they totally forget what they even have stored in there. They just let that auto draft keep hitting their account month after month. I mean, that is recurring passive income at its absolute finest.
Section 3. High margins, low barriers, the commercial contract blueprint.
So how do you actually transition a basic, everyday service into a scalable, highly profitable commercial operation? Well, here's the specific blueprint for landing commercial cleaning contracts, which, by the way, are incredibly lucrative. Step 1, you stop cleaning residential houses and you start targeting high-value facilities. Think offices and medical buildings. Step 2, you have to adopt a contract mindset. Instead of charging by the hour, you sign contracts that pay between $3,000 and $10,000 a month per facility, and you set them up to renew automatically. Step 3 is all about direct outreach, literally knocking on the doors of local businesses. And finally, step 4, you systemize to scale by hiring staff to do the actual labor while you step back and manage the account.
There's a really crucial mental shift that you absolutely have to make here. You need to stop being the one who mows and become the one who manages the people who mow. So many folks out there already have the technical skills for landscaping or commercial cleaning, but they just fail to make that vital leap to ownership. When you shift from charging by the hour, like an employee, to charging by the contract as a manager and an owner, you can literally triple your income while doing the exact same amount of work.
Which brings us to Section 4. Start for under $5,000. No capital, no more excuses.
Now, I know exactly what you might be thinking right now. You're saying, that sounds great, but I don't have massive upfront capital to get started. Well, it's time to officially drop that excuse. Here's a rapid-fire list of low-barrier businesses that you can literally start this very weekend for under $5,000. We're talking pressure washing, parking lot striping, becoming a notary public, pet waste removal, and wash and fold delivery services. These ventures require minimal equipment, practically zero overhead, and honestly just a genuine willingness to step up and do the work that everyone else is simply ignoring.
Let's just take pet waste removal for a second. Now, before you laugh, let's look at the actual math. Companies charge between $15 and $25 per weekly visit. If you can just overcome a little bit of misplaced pride, pick up a scooper, and secure just 100 recurring clients, you're looking at roughly $96,000 a year in recurring revenue. Literally, all you need to start is a bag, a scooper, and the willingness to solve a problem that 90 million dog-owning households absolutely hate dealing with themselves.
Or consider a wash and fold delivery service. You can maintain a 30 to 40% profit margin with absolutely zero washing machines of your own. How is that possible? By acting as the logistical bridge. You partner up with an existing local laundromat to handle all the actual cleaning, while you strictly manage the pickup and delivery for customers who are more than happy to pay for the convenience. It's pretty much the ultimate low-overhead acquisition business. You don't have to invent a single thing. You're just adding the massive value of convenience to something that already exists.
Section 5. Operator versus owner, and the cost of the glamour trap.
Let's take a hard look at what's really holding people back here. It's the psychological barrier. Think about two different people. On one hand, we have Daniel. Daniel has waited 5 whole years for the quote-unquote perfect tech idea just so he can look cool on social media. And in that time, he's wasted $36,000 on unused subscriptions and eating out, which ironically is exactly the capital he needed to just buy a car wash or some vending machines. On the other hand, we have Alex. Alex didn't sit around waiting for perfection. He bought a $3,500 pressure washer, pushed through the fear of rejection to knock on some doors, and now he bills $180,000 a year with steady, recurring clients. Alex understood the golden rule here. Boring businesses pay for exciting lives. True wealth isn't about looking glamorous on Instagram. It's about the total absence of financial fear. Just think about this for a second. Out of the 36 million small businesses in the United States, a massive 82% are operated by a single person. Millions of ordinary, everyday people have already achieved financial independence entirely on their own terms. They didn't need wealthy angel investors, they didn't need a fancy boardroom full of partners, and they definitely didn't need a glamorous idea. They just found a simple problem, solved it consistently day in and day out, and reaped the rewards. So the really crucial point we arrive at today is this. The question isn't whether this is possible. The math is crystal clear, the models are completely proven, and the demand is literally everywhere. The only real question left is, how much longer are you going to wait? It's time to drop all the excuses about needing more capital or waiting for the perfect idea. Pick one unglamorous, boring idea, get your hands a little dirty, and just start building your own predictable wealth. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer today. I really hope this sparked some incredible ideas for you.